So yeah, if we have, because force is a vector, so we could represent it in units units of I and units of j. Now, if, for example, it was, in fact, I'll write it separately over here, maybe in a different color. If, for example, the force was, it's a weird F. If, for example, the force was just 3I newtons, what that tells me is that the force is to the right, or whatever I've decided is a positive direction, and the size of the force is 3 newtons. Okay, and if I said that it was 2j newtons, then that would mean that the force is up. So okay. So let me just retrack. Let me just go back a moment. So 3i, yes, it means to the right, and 2j, it means up. Okay. Previously, when you think about vectors and we think about positive or negative numbers, it was never clear exactly what we decide was positive, like what direction is positive. But now with I and j, it is actually clear. So I would actually probably want to change the length of this arrow here, because it wants to be about 2/3 the length of that one. So that's the direction of the force, and the size of the force is 2 newtons. So in these situations, now if we have that, what it means is that the direction of the force is kind of a diagonal, and essentially this is what the x component of the force would be, and this is what the y component of the force would be. So if we assume that this is to scale, we'd be able to actually work out what the other one is. Again, I'll assume that is the scale as well. And the force that I've just shown here would be the length of this, would be represented by this orange arrow. Now, the size of the force, the magnitude of the force, can therefore be worked out, because we know that this is upwards. We now have a 3 Newton vertical component of this force. No, we don't. We have a 2 Newton vertical component and a 3 Newton horizontal component. And so to work out the size of this force, all we have to do is, and I'll go back to, I think it looks like I had orange. So we can see, we just take the 3 squared. So basically the absolute value, I think you might see these symbols. It just means the size of the force, the size of whatever. I'm not sure if that's actually necessarily exactly the right one to use. So we'll just say magnitude. I'll write the word magnitude. Magnitude of F is equal to 3 squared plus 2 squared, square root of 3 squared plus 2 squared, which is the square root of 9 plus 4, which is the square root of 13. So now when we write vectors in this form, it tells us the information in terms of direction as well as the magnitude. Okay.